So we're back. Alright, today's gonna be a lot better day. I'm gonna do some work on the Integra. I've managed to get my intake back off a friend that's welded. Been very nice to weld on the V-band. So I'll be putting on the blower valve today, and we'll see if we can get some flutter noises and maybe take it for a drive. Everything's okay, so the brakes work. Probably needs a fluid change, but that can wait. So I really want to get this on the road and hopefully motivate me to do some more work on the car. Alright, let's do it. Still a very tight fit. People normally lube it up. Got it! There we go. It's in. Test the blower valve. So it sits in nicely. So that's how it will look. And then run a vacuum line all the way to the vacuum block that sits somewhere in the car. I've tucked it. So this is the thing with tucking. You hide everything and it makes it hard to get to. At least the way I've done it. I'm pretty sure there's other hacks or ways that people do it where it makes it efficient. So another thing with having everything black and subtle, it makes it relatively quite hard to spot things. But I found my vacuum block and I bolted it to the side of the block there. And the hose that I need does not reach. I've got a special guest today. So you're helping Dad today? Normally I don't speak to her in English, I normally speak to her in Vietnamese. But for you guys, I'll make an exception. There she goes.
But we didn't have an alright.
Alright, so back to the trusty back hose box.
How we do it?
And we're looking for a replacement hose, which we have here.
Everybody, but only the one scan in the resin. We go back to the blender.
Okay, that's enough. Alright, thank you. I'm gonna cut this to length. So I've decided to run it from here underneath all the pipework and pop up here. I was initially going to go under that pipework and come up here, but I didn't want any lines crossing over the pipes. Just in case for future, if I have to take anything off and whatnot, it's probably easier if I just run it under and then I don't have to worry about anything. So how does that look, guys? Yeah, I think that's everything I buttoned up. Everything's done. I wonder if this. So the guy that made I managed to find a guy on. I think he was following my stories on Instagram, and he said he can make a loom for me. I wish you guys could see it brand new because it looks really good. And he heat shrinked it, labeled everything. He even future-proofed it. So he added in some additional cables to a brand new loom. Oh, temperature and oil pressure. Alright, got the error codes popped up. Got the error codes popped up on the car and the laptop set up. So we've got the laptop set up and I've got two codes in the car. It is... Alright, so we've got VTEC system malfunction and multiplexer not present for it. I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna quickly look it up, but I'm pretty sure the oil pressure one. But just disable the alt. So uploading. Alright, so engine codes are gone. Engine codes, and that's still there. Popped back up. So I managed to clear those other two codes, and then I've got this guy. Those other two ones, I disabled the multiplexer and I turned off the VTech oil pressure switch enabled. So turn that off, so both of those are gone. So I disabled the secondary O2 sensor, code's gone, but I am hearing something in the engine bay. I think we are good. And we've got seeing some boost pressure move as well, so that's always a good sign. But normally, sorry, where's the light? Yeah. So just about to drive the car out. Everything's running as it should. No new codes, which is really good. So I'll take her out, just drive her around the block, and then we'll bring her back home, just so I can finally say that I've driven the car in the last X amount of years. So let's get that done. Finally, a new location other than my backyard or my driveway or my garage. Made it out to the local park and pretty good. Car drives relatively quite rough, a lot of vibrations, a lot more than I anticipated, especially coming from an EG that had a K20, had this same motor without the turbo. It feels different. Maybe it's been a while since I've sat in a car that vibrates this much. Maybe I just got used to it in my EG. But hopefully this will start off going forward with this car, and hopefully it will see a tune very soon. So that's probably the next thing on my agenda, is wiring up the horn, making sure everything's running perfectly, and then tune time. So that's it. I need to get it happening, and we'll see how we go. Got some people walking past, but I don't know who's going to tune the car yet. There's a number of candidates available, and it just really comes down to how early they can do it. It comes down to what the vibe I get from them, really. I don't know anything about them, but if they don't want my business, then I'm not going to force it on anyone. So that's probably going to be a big part. So I just want someone to genuinely want to be able to say, hey, I know what you're after, and I know what you want, and we can help you. We'll be more than happy to help you. That's the approach that I'm actually going after, because if I have any issues or anything, I don't want to have to go to another person just because that person was just because I couldn't work with the other person. So that's a big factor as well. So let's get this car home and then try to figure out why there's so many noises coming from the car. I found one. That was the coin pouch. So I've got coins in. I've got one coin in here. So let's take it out. Let's put it back. Put the coin. Yeah, leave the coin there. And hopefully that fixes that rattle. So driving the car at 40 k's. Like I said, lots of noises. Lots of noises to expected. Probably have to do a check because I do feel a vibration coming from somewhere. And it's a little bit hard to drive one hand, especially trying to hold this steady. But you guys get the idea. I am not going to lie, the car is pretty bad to drive. So I need to find out what all those noises and vibrations and something, whatever's loose is under the car. We have to go through that and find out, because that was not a good drive. Not a good drive at all. Alright, just gonna keep pouring and see how much I need. Been pouring for a while, but I forgot to turn the camera on, so. Alright, overfilled it. Let's just get some. Let's get some fluid moving around. See if I can turn it on, get some. Get the coolant moving. Keep out the engine. Back on the computer. I have to hold the camera now. Back on the computer. I was just trying to diagnose the problem with a friend, and we're just going through the checklist of what it could possibly be, because there is a obvious noise when I rev the car and the revs begin to drop. There's a slight vibration on it, and it sounds like a metal sound, but it's hard to say what it is because I do have a twin plate clutch in the car, and also the car drives like balls. So it could be a user error, which is me, or I've screwed up the car. So I'm going to go online and see if there's a different base map, a closer base map to one I need, and the ChatGPT one was just crap, but I've got to figure that out. So give me a sec and let me browse and see if I can upload another base map, and that one will be better. So yeah. We're trying to brainstorm and we've come up with a conclusion. Maybe it's a faulty. Hopefully, the best case scenario is the car. That's the way twin plates sound on cars. Worst case scenario at the moment is the flywheel has been installed wrong. So I probably need a person to confirm, another person to confirm those thoughts before we do anything. But at the moment I'm going to park it outside the garage, actually outside the driveway, park it there, and if we have to do something we have to do it, but that's the only thing I can think of at the moment, because it's very strange. I'll let you guys hear it and let me know what you guys think. Alright. All in all, sounds good, but listen. But come to think of it, let's see if it makes that noise if I engage the clutch and rev it. Yeah, it's still the same issue. Still the same issue. So, I'm not too sure what it is. I have no idea what it could be, but I think that's it. And the driving was probably rough, but then it's probably because of the ChatGPT base map that made it a little bit too aggressive. So I'm going to try another base map and then see if that smooths out the ride and the drivability. but I'm confident there is something that's not right. So a few issues that I have to address is probably fix the power steering issue, because I'm getting air bubbles inside the overflow bottle. I am getting vibrations, so double check all the engine mounts. There is something moving. I'm pretty sure there's something moving, but I have to figure that out. But other than that, I'm not too sure. I just really want to jump on and get the tune ready, because maybe it's because I'm documenting everything, or maybe it's because it's been a long time and I want to get this car finished, or something. I just want to get this car done and be able to enjoy it. I just want to get this car done, and so I just want to get this car done so I can really enjoy it, especially for summer this year. So fingers crossed, we can make it happen. But other than that, if it's bad news, we have to drop the gearbox out and fix up those parts, or maybe I've got a dud clutch. Who knows?